Okay, we're gonna see what we got going on. I have watered everything. Of course, I did that hours ago. I'm gonna go ahead and start at the brick bed. Everything's just now peeking above the soil. I prefer the look of everything being mulched, and I like the moisture retention. But I wanted this bed this year to be a bed where it just everything. Oh, what the fuck? Birds fighting. I wanted to be a bed where everything, where all the soil is covered by growth. So everywhere I saw space, I wanted to stick an onion or a carrot or something. What do you want, girl? You see up there? Right there. She's getting more and more comfortable. So one day she gonna pop right here. She almost did it a couple times, right here on the brick, and sit down and talk with us. Anywho, I also deadheaded my violas, so there's not a ton of blooms there. My carrots are coming along. I'll start harvesting them. Well, it's not for you though. It's not for you. It's just not. She hop right up there and just start fussing. Girl, she already want my man. So these are carrots. Carrots. I want to say obviously, but it's not obvious to everybody. You know? I want to tend to those people who are new and venturing into it. We all started somewhere, and that's not an excuse to have patience for people that you don't have patience for. If you're an experienced person and you don't have patience for people who are not, don't fuck with them. I will. But who I won't mess with is people that think they know everything to the point where they are conditioned to reject truth when it's presented to them. I'm gonna let y'all bump y'all head. Is that another? Okay. I keep thinking there's another bean there. My string beans seem so slow. So slow. And this is not the first day. First time they seem that way. However, I just feel like string beans, I don't know, as quick as they germinate when the systems are ideal, it seems like they should also germinate that quickly. Out here in these streets, basically. And look, of all these plants, there she goes, she went right up there. I saw you. And she peeking up. She peeking behind that leaf right there. Oh, there she goes. Oh, she got babies. Oh, she feeding her babies. My bad. And there's Vi right there on the fence. Hey, Viv, sorry. Hey, Viv. Vivian. I call myself hating these birds, and I done named every bitch out here. See, black people love different. And just because y'all don't understand it don't mean y'all can come and try to police it. Let us do us. Like, mind your business. Stop raising terrorists. Try that. Focus on that. Focus on not laying down with your predators, with your favorite narcissists, your favorite traffickers, and procreating with them. Try that. Leave us alone in our greatness if you can't just participate and join and support. So you could have did that shit and had fun with it. But nope, you had to center yourself. And you center yourself unwarranted, then you gonna clearly God is gonna have you feeling insecure, justifiably. Is that a carrot? It is. Where the fuck? You know what? I said that like I don't just put the water in here and let it do what it do. A carrot could have floated anywhere. Here's my verbena. It should be doing a lot better, but it's doing okay. Buffy is thick. She coming along. I might want to come feed this. Them, if I do, I will just feed the ends because I learned I almost said a costly lesson, but I caught it in time. So I learned a valuable lesson about over fertilizing beans when you think they need fertilizer, even though you already know that they themselves are nitrogen fixers. So yeah, originally I wasn't going to feed this bed at all since it was also full of string beans, and I figured that would fix the soil in the whole bed. But I remember one time I fed this bed and it responded beautifully, so I kind of second guessed that. I don't know. Right now I'll avoid feeding it. I did feed it once, but I'll avoid feeding it, and I'll show you why a little bit later. So yeah, I have the carrots I have the 2 violas that I deadheaded earlier, carrots around the perimeter. I have a brinjal here, and that's an Indian eggplant. And I have one on the side. I have mirrored setups. So I have brinjal there and there. I have a sweet red cherry pepper there and there. I have moringa there and there. I have a okra there and there. I have a verbena there and there. And then a big round zucchini in the middle, in the back there. That big bushy thing there. Them prickly leaves got me rethinking life, I tell you that. Why y'all didn't tell me that they didn't have a prickly leaf thing? I know what the prickly leaf thing is about because I grew milk thistle a couple of years. I did that for my brother. I'm not trying. I should have known because the leaves actually look milk thistle-y. Milk thistle-y. This okra look like it might be suffering a little bit. I'm going to start filling in the spaces with spinaches because I don't have any bunny trouble up here, and nothing gets up there but a cat that thought this was its litter box a few times until Yeezy got to that ass. Maybe I'll do that because spinach is such a soft leaf, and I'm not as insecure reaching around some spinach as I am a lot of other plants. Like these, I'm going to use the greens for mulch though. I do know that. What's happening? What's happening here? What's happening? Why are you dying? Why is that pea dying? I planted 8 more because I felt some type of way about how these 8 are taking their time coming up. And I want some beans. And my pole beans are doing nothing. Nothing climbing nowhere. My pole beans aren't doing anything. My kajari melons aren't popping up nowhere. The life. And then the impatience it needed and the anxieties had. But, I lollipopped this a little bit earlier. It looks like these are little flowers want to start opening on the side. So this will be fruiting pretty soon. The one on the deck already is. Again, let's go back over here. Oh, Buffy was over there, and this is also Buffy. I lollipopped those a couple weeks ago. The red onions that I use for green onions are doing the absolute most. They are so thick right now. Look here. I only need to cut one stalk at a time. This one stalk will probably take care of us. So, needless to say, I have green onions as I suspected I would at this point. 4 weeks, and I'm still considering making the powdered onion. Still might, I don't know. Yeah, so that's Buffy. Like I said, this is Vars, And I have to decide now whether I want to mulch these or plant carrots around them. I want to plant carrots around them just for the sake of trying it, but I haven't yet, so we'll see. This is vars. This is blue. I watered everything today. Go look at this emptiness. This a mulberry tree that I let grow, as is that one back there. I'm gonna be pruning the hell out of them, if not cutting them back altogether, because there are mulberry trees growing all over the neighborhood, and this is why. I can't see if this is showing you that, so I just gotta put my stick there and guess. But this is why right here. So imagine if they plant seeds on brick, that you know that they're aiming and getting a lot of them planted in this ground. All of these are all trees, maple tree. You got all kind of trees getting planted in here. So my intentions are to, after the next really big rain, I'm gonna come in here with some gloves and pull everything that's not what I planted. All I have growing over here right now is pea here. I think this is a pole bean. Child, I'm not even sure anymore because the other ones didn't even come up. And I don't know why. Yeah, I'm gonna come in here with a little mini shovel and a, Now I topped this off. Whoa. I topped this off hoping that the leaves would get bigger, and they did. That is really beautiful. That's lamb's quarters. There's a cucumber. Hopefully that's going to reach out and grab the right pole. Yeah, this is vars. And this is a concagua. I never grew that before, a concagua. I liked that it was like orange and red stripes like the candy cane pepper, except it's huge, enormous, unlike the little candy cane pepper. And it's a sweet pepper. It's not a hot pepper. Sunny. I need her to go on and give me some fruit. Yeah, I see a few flowers down there. Been letting her do her thing. Here's Shug. I could harvest some leaves off of her whenever I get ready, but I don't feel like it. I don't feel like I need to. Violas. I've spun them around because they were all blooming nicely, like here on this side. So I spun them around so this side could get sun and bloom as well. That's BB. Hey girl. Hey Bina. Hey BB. She's very happy. She can handle a drought, so I don't overwater her. I just kind of let her do her things. She prefers shade. She could do well in full sun, but if you have her in full sun and she gets like on the dry side, be ready for white flies. And you don't want it with white flies. They are the mega worst. So if I were you, I'd just avoid that just by keeping her happy and in some shade, because that's all she needs. And then just water her periodically. Again, she can handle a drought. And in fact, she kind of thrives in it as long as she gets her shade. Hence me having her against this wall of evergreens here. Well shaded spot. String beans. Several beans hanging. We'll be ready next week. My kajari still has not surfaced. What's going on? What's really going on? My sweet cherry red pepper. It had a lot of little bugs at the top. Kind of alarming. What's going on? I wonder what's eating them. I wonder if ooh, get back. Don't play with me. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. The wasp. That green thing came back. That Mr. killed came back. I'm not going to tell him about it again. I think that goddess means for it to do what it do. Not sure why. But bees and wasps love this green mossy stuff. I think it's their sea moss. I think it's the stinging creature's sea moss. BC moss. Look at it. It's down there. This one ain't even up in the green stuff, just around it. Just want to be around it. I wonder if it's like he at the club, at the bar, just getting drunk, drinking away his sorrows. Wife getting on his nerves. Kids are disrespectful. You okay? You okay, cuz? Family taking you through it. They love you. They love you. Everybody's going through something. Nikki told you so. I'm gonna meditate for you. I'm gonna send one out for you. I'm gonna send some good energy out. You, on the other hand, ooh, yo black ass. All of my lettuce has erupted since this morning. Y'all, it really is wisest to water your stuff in the morning. Your plants will respond throughout the following hours of the rest of the day. Whereas it actually is not, it ain't gonna hurt nothing for you to, well, I can't say it ain't gonna hurt nothing, but it's okay to water your stuff throughout the day. It's not healthy, it's not ideal. You may fuck some shit up. You probably gonna burn a few things, but you can do it, especially your water, if your babies are thirsty and you hadn't had a chance to get to them and get any water to them until the peak of sunlight, do what you have to do, within logical reason. But I'm saying that to reiterate the reality that it truly is ideal to water your plants either at night or in the morning. And I'll say in the morning just because if you water them at night, the night air does such a does such a fantastic job of keeping everything moist during the sundown hours that you don't know what other kind of moisture build up, what other kind of insects and creatures are being attracted by said moisture, overnight moisture buildup. For example, now it's a good thing, but for example, sometimes when you water things at night and they do a good job of moisturizing, hydrating your plants, you'll wake up to a plethora of, they're gone because it dried out. Oh, there's one. You'll wake up to a plethora of mushrooms in your soil, and so that's a good thing. And when they dry out, of course, the mushrooms will no longer survive in the dryness. But in the morning, rather than those insects and creatures having time to take advantage of the moist conditions that you created for them overnight, the plant will be busy using the moisture to defend itself from the sun, and the heat, and the wind of the day, of the daylight hours. And in doing so, they will get stronger and they have time to visually, and you have time to reap the benefits of that strength, even in the very physical size of the plants. Because this thing is ready for a salad. This morning, I could have squeezed maybe a salad out of this bed. Maybe. But because I watered them, because I gave them water early enough, they were able to use that water and grow actually just over the course of a few hours to look like that. And that I can get a salad out of, and that I can get salad for 3 people out of. So this morning I could have squeezed a little salad for 1 out. And having watered them early enough and let them do their thing throughout the course of the day, along in conjunction with nature, they are now ready to give me enough salad for 3 people if I so choose. So I think what I'll do is, just before Mr. comes on, I'm probably going to harvest. I have a string bean that's ready for harvest anyway, just one random string bean is ready to be harvested, and I'll probably harvest that, and in the process I'll probably also get Just a few leaves, enough to make Mr. a salad tonight. Speaking of, I need to take some meat out. Yeah, I got my 4 string beans, 2 over here, 2 over here. Just use a stick to lean it. That's actually what these sticks are for on both sides, to lean them like I need for them to go. So they're just shorter sticks to stake the string beans in the salad bed. But once they get really full and leafy, they're going to serve as a shade for the lettuce greens, which will need the shade. Look, this happened since this morning. This morning, this plant looked like that. That's what that looked like this morning. And I think here's another one. I might pull this spinach right here, or not. I might want to see what's gonna happen. Yeah. So when I pull up my salad, I will get Paris Island, romaine, burgundy, delight, Caesar, spinach, and just a couple of bok choy leaves, and that should be plenty. Like I said, I'm gonna harvest this 1 string bean. It's not as big as it could be, but y'all know how peas and beans are. Cut and come again. Okay. So this is where I store my tea. Airtight bucket, by the way, because I don't want the smell attracting random animals. Although, girl, last week, Mr. had come home and we were just sitting in front of the patio window having a chat about his day at work, child. And if the biggest, fattest raccoon didn't just strut her bitch ass right across this deck, across over into there, like she lived here. I stopped him in the middle of his sentence, and he saw that thing, and he was like, then he went to grab he grabbed the pellet gun. What you gonna do with that? I'm talking about, it was a big ass raccoon. And then my sister told me, she planted the very, very possible idea that what if she was pregnant? She might have been looking for a house for her family. Oh my God, please please don't be the case. Needless to say, I don't be out here late no more. You know what I mean? I go in, usually I go in, I let the sun down, I let the sunset catch me. You know what I mean? Oh, I got a few last things to wrap up. Now, no, I'm good. Back to where we were. How much time have I? Okay. This is Brandy. What you see down here is some old pea plants that I mulched her with. I'm going to put some more soil on top of them, and then I'm going to put wood mulch. I'm trying to do this thing this year where I'm not wasting any space. This is the okra. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, so there's that. Here's that moringa that twisted itself up, and it's busting up out of the cup. These tomatoes are acting a plum diddly fool in here, going crazy. I got a couple of Buffies, a Sunny, and a Brandy, because I think I realized, I now know that Brandy doesn't grow like any tomato I've ever seen. Oh, flowers though. I see you. I do see these popping up. So I'm going to not water them again. I think one of my mistakes has been, once I plant these seeds out of doors in these cups and water them, I need to water them for a couple of days and then not water them anymore after that. Let them dry out. And that's a life lesson for our gardeners across the board. I also learned that if I'm going to get these cheap little dollar store garden decor, then I need to go ahead and get 2 sets, because they are going to turn. They are going to turn. It's going to happen. This is Candy. I like having her up there because if any like spider mites or anything like that think about it, I have an angle into the evergreens. I jet spray the whole fuck out of her and it won't hurt anything. I do see flowers, so I'm excited about that. I need to really prune her back, but I don't have the guts, so we're going to see how that winds up. In my mind, this is going to be a cute little plant full of a ton of little dulce pepper, full of a ton of little dulce peppers. Shout out to my Puerto Rican families. It likes the change because I've been keeping this wet every single day because I knew I had peas in there and that onions could take it, and I wanted them to grow faster. But I think it's again one of those situations where I was keeping it too wet. And this is a bed that I had mulched, so I don't need to, it doesn't need as much water as often. It still does, because anything in a contained anything, raised bed or pot or whatever, is going to need more regular water than anything in the ground. However, when you're mulching, sometimes you got to just let the mulch do its job. That's why you put it out there. And freaking red wing. And then you don't exasperate any issues by continuing to overwater. How about that? We learned our lesson? We have? Okay. I say so too. I hope we're not lying to ourselves. I hope we really learned our lesson. I have the violas in the corners, little bitty ones. I guess I had room to put the big ones, but they're the little ones. This is Hazel. I got something for all of her children. Brown zucchini. You can see I've cut off several fruit, and this is a male flower that I used today to actually pollinate, because I got sick of waiting. I actually used that male flower to pollinate this fruit here. I've also, in my anxieties about dealing with new pests as a result of growing zucchini for the first time, I come out here and I just spray the hell out of this thing every doggone day. But in the process of growing, I have learned that zucchini does not require a lot of water. So I kept it very I think I was over watering it. And so now that I have just been watering from the bottom, quick solution when you're over watering your plants is always have a planter that has a saucer, and then stop watering it from the top at all. Water it from the bottom every time. That's gonna resolve your issue in a matter of a few days. Yeah, hopefully we're gonna have a lot more fruit. I got a few more plants left. Okay, I gotta get some water. Mama didn't make it. She had to come get some water, girl. You know what, you right. Like, why don't you wet your cold snap towel? Okay, let me finish this. Ollie, you pretty. You're a pretty girl. Your mama love you. Now I know you black. Much as you stay bathing. Y'all, it's something going on with the water. I mean the bottled water. Everyone who knows me knows that I can taste differences in water. But not only did I notice a difference in the taste, I was telling Mister I could taste like a slight offset of fish. Like it's recycled lake water. And now that same water upsets my stomach a little bit. I'm just mentioning it for documentation. You know, y'all know there's nothing we could do at this point. Everyone let them do what they're doing, so. Hey, girl. She came and fell out in front of me because she want belly rubs. She ain't gonna do nothing but attack me. You don't want belly rubs. You so fake. Oh my God. Did you just give me the cute yawn? You tried it. Look. I told y'all. Look. She ready to attack me. I'm gonna cut all your nails. I'm gonna cut all your nails off. I'm gonna cut. Don't. She said, "Forget you then." You knew what I wanted when you reached down here. Get my foot. There you go. That's not as fun. She like, that's not as fun, mama. I get on your nerves. Baby girl, the mommy get on your nerves? Excuse me. Do I get on your nerves? Yeah. Excuse me. Do I get on your nerves? Excuse me. Oh, this is what we're talking about. And I need to water this planter tonight. This is the only planter I need to water tonight, but I may do more than that. These are BB's babies. Only, ooh, I have to pull my scarf all down over to wrap my whole head and now my ears too, because the other day something flew into my ear and I couldn't be sure that I felt it fly out, and I've been having the heebie-jeebies ever since. I've been feeling like something weird has been going on with my ears, and I don't know. Maybe I've been watching too much Black Mirror and Twilight Zone, girl. But I'm just Electric Dreams. I'm not trying to, girl. Anyway, so now I not only have a scarf on, uh, wrapped my hair all completely, but I also now pull that scarf down around my ears like earmuffs, which means that I'm not wearing regular scarves so much as I'm wearing the cold snap scarves, because they still are cooling. They still let me cool off in the heat. Anyway, these are Hazel's grandbabies, and they're all doing okay. These two cuttings, they weren't in firm, so I think they're dead. Well, I think this one is dead, but I'm gonna see, it might recover. This one, same thing, but it looked like it might or might not be recovering. Look like it might be recovering. This one, I also tightened the soil around it, but this one is absolutely recovering. A little baby coming up on that. I think I might amend a little more soil to them. Yeah, this one looks like it's absolutely dead, but I keep seeing this over here. I can't be sure if that's gone. Jolly is showing out now in this little bitty ass pot, and I really want to put her in something bigger now. She is showing out. This is her as well. This is her mother. This is the last one that survived from the bunch that I had before. So I really want to take good care of her and let her be the mother of the new bunch. But I gotta let her do her thing first in order to do that. And I'm trying to do the same thing over here. This is her as well, but she doesn't look as good as she does. They're both doing really well. Jolly is happy, but it's kind of early to make that assessment. So yeah, more string beans. This is Joshare. She is going crazy right now. She's real happy. I was worried about her for a minute when I brought her out, but I don't know why I was worried about her. my Creole cousin, I sent my Creole cousin one, and I think she was kind of worried about hers as well, but you ain't got to worry about these bad boys. But if I send you something and it doesn't make it, you bet not hesitate to tell me it didn't make it, because you got another one on the way. If I send something, assume that I can send another one. You know what I'm saying? Unless I specify, because I will specify, girl. I hope it make it, because I just wanted you to try it. This the only one I got. You know what I mean? More onions. And there's my garlic, brinjal, and that's the Indian. It really likes it under this table. The leaves feel like lamb's ear. They looked like lamb's ear, but I didn't realize that the new leaves rather. The larger leaves, they generally kind of fill out, but the new leaves feel like lamb's ear. It's really nice. And it's actually a really pretty plant too. That lamb's ear part has that frosted look like lamb's ear as well. I like it. Very pretty. What I was showing you was that when I pulled these peas, all these little aphids came out. These little green aphids. So that taught me a lesson about overwatering plants. So needless to say, I'm not going to reuse this soil. You take these old pea plants and use them to mulch my tomato. So this soil needed to be emptied because my intention was to have verbena growing everywhere. Now this planter of the same Tom Thumb peas is so green and luscious because I wanted to do a deliberate controlled testing on cut and come again, on the more you harvest, the more you'll get. And it is absolutely true, which is why these are still luscious and green and still flowering, because I've been pulling all the peas. These are not snow peas, but can be eaten as snow peas, and that's what I've been doing since I planted them. And since I chose to harvest them early like this, yeah, so as I was saying, I get about 5 of these off every day, and I'm harvesting them very early because these are not snow peas but can be eaten as such, clearly, because I have been. Yeah, that pea would be a good thing to stick everywhere that there's a space, don't you think? So let me get my harvest on. I'm going to get me a few maybe sugar beet leaves, get Mr. Salad, take out meat for dinner, gawk over this one green bean, consider casting some even more lettuce. Ooh, look at the little bugs. Pour this water out into these peas, in fact. Why is she doing the absolute most? Why? Why she look like a tree? Why she look like a bush tree? I'm finna give her her own pot in a minute. But why, girl? You got company. Why do you have to show out an upstage company?